Alright, Mo Fishies, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. You know I appreciate you checking out another one of my videos. Today, another tournament truck talk. And we're gonna wrap up, finally, the Kayak Adventure Series Susky 5 Slama Jama. Like always, we're gonna use the Army's After Action Review, the AAR format, what we did well and need to sustain, what we didn't do so well and need to improve, and then a look ahead at what's coming up next on the channel. So what we did, Susky 5 Slama Jama on the Susquehanna River is my third event in the Kayak Adventure Series. It was in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and I finished with 79 inches and 60th place out of 114. Not thrilled with that finish. Could have done, should have done better. And that's what this truck talk mainly going to be about, is tournament mindset. Because I had a piss poor tournament mindset pretty much the entire week. And it shows in my results, I believe. So that's what we did. What we did well, as always, I'm going to circle back to that one because I'm struggling with it. Now, what I didn't do so well and need to improve, all sorts of stuff. But right from the get-go, like I said, tournament mindset. My buddy Don, who I stayed with down there at the campground in his camper, Don got there a day and a half before me. And he was sending back reports from locals, you know, saying that the river really low, fishing sucks. There was a huge die-off of fish in June when the river blew out, and just all sorts of, you know. So I'm at home here, and I've been doing all my research, buying baits, had a plan, and I don't blame Don. He just passing along what he's hearing, you know, and he's telling me all this stuff. So I'm already like, oh man, that sucks. So then I get there in the ground, and I start pre-fishing, and I was already in that mindset of this is gonna suck, and the pre-fishing didn't go well, and right from the get-go, and that just confirmed it in my own head that, yeah, this sucks. Fishing sucks right now, and I carried that mindset from before I even got there, the whole way through the tournament. Day one pre-fishing, when I got there, I went out for a couple hours. I missed 3 fish, I think, but didn't like the spot. It was crappy. Day 2, caught a few at a couple different spots, nothing to write home about, nothing big. Day 3, same thing, new spots, caught a couple, not doing great, and then I was like, screw this, this sucks. I'm gonna go fish one of the 2 lakes that's eligible waters for the tournament. So I went to Lake Jean, and I went up there, and I put up a okay limit, you know. I was catching, 14, 15s, I think a 16 or 2. Just pre-fishing, practicing, but I put fish in the boat. And at that point in time, that's what I needed to do, put fish in the boat, because mentally I was struggling. You know, it might not come through in my videos. I'm not trying to be all, woe is me in my videos, but I was really struggling mentally. By this point, I was like, why'd I even come? This is a waste of money, a waste of time, you know. So mentally, I was not there. So the day before the tournament starts, I went up to Lake Jean, put some fish in the boat, feeling better about myself just because I caught some fish. Largemouth, small largemouth, not smallies. So the next day is the afternoon session, day 1 of the tournament. We can go get on the water at 2 o'clock. So I'm like, where am I going to go? None of my spots, I didn't have confidence anywhere in the river, in any bait, in any of the spots I went to. So I was like, the heck with it. I'm going to go out behind the campground and fish. I hadn't fished there yet, and there's a launch just up the road. And so I went up to the authorized launch, launched my boat, and I started working my way upriver. And right away, I realized that was a bad idea. It was worse than any of the spots I fished. There was 0 life, just cobblestone bottom, no grass, no nothing. And I was like, the heck with it. I'm going back to Lake Jean that I was just pre-fishing the day before. So I loaded up, drove about an hour north, I think it was northwest, up to Lake Jean, and started putting fish in the boat right away. And I started climbing up the leaderboard. I got all the way up to 16th place on the leaderboard just because I was putting up a limit and doing some small upgrades. And then there, you know, of course, everybody blew past me because, like I said, yeah, the river sucked, but not for everybody, and obviously not that bad. It was more of just a me thing, not putting the work in or not knowing how, maybe even to find I don't know. It was just a bad attitude put me in a bad place from the get-go. I'll just leave it at that. So those guys started blowing past me with 20 inchers, 19 inchers. So I finished day one in like 40th place with, I don't even know what I had, 60 some inches I think at that point, or maybe 70. The day two starts. I went to the one spot I had pre-fished where I had actually caught 4, and you all saw that in one of my pre-fish videos. So I went back there, and I actually did catch 2 upgrades. I caught like a 17 and a half inch and a 15 and some change, and upgraded 2 of my Lake Jean fish. So that was good, and that was all I caught there, though. I didn't even have another bite, I don't think. But I left there, and I was like, well, I'm going to go down south, and so everybody's fishing down south. So, yeah, after 4 days of pre-fishing, 1 day of tournament fishing, I'm on the second day of tournament fishing, I decided to finally go down where everybody is. And I'm on my way there, and I was like, man, I'm just going to get down there, and it's going to be packed full of people. Everybody's fighting for the same water. So right at the confluence where the west branch of the Susquehanna meets the main branch, there's a bunch of bridges, obviously, and an island there. And I pulled over on that island. It is a bigger island. Awesome, cool park on the island. And a boat launch. And so I was like, heck with it. I'm just going to launch here and fish these bridge pilings, because I watched a ton of videos of guys fishing bridge pilings. So as I'm launching there, some old guy coming back with his boat and telling me if I'm tournament fishing, I shouldn't be fishing there. All the fish are down south, and I wasn't going to catch anything. I was like, great, thanks. So I went out to the very first piling from the boat launch. I don't know, 5 casts. You guys saw the video. I think I left every cast in there just to keep count so you can see. And hooked a 17 and a half inch smallie. So that was a 4 and a half inch upgrade, that one fish. And so I fished there the rest of the afternoon, several hours. That was the only fish I got. I think I got bit off by a muskie or a very big pike at one point. But that was it. That ended my tournament right there, that one last. And you know, I was grateful for that fish. You know, after the struggle bus I was riding, 17 and a half inch right in front of the old guy at the ramp too. He was still there. I had literally just motored away, caught the fish. It was pretty sweet. So, whatever. But tournament mindset. I had a bad mindset before I even got there because, you know, and I don't, like I said, I don't blame Don. He's just reporting back what he's hearing on the ground. It sucks right now and everything. But clearly it wasn't that bad because Don figured it out. Don was struggling like I was, but he kept trying new and different spots, and he finished in 9th place with 92 inches. He made his goal of reaching 90 inches in his first tournament ever. So go Don, good job. He figured out. Rob, our other buddy that we were camping with and fishing with, he was on the struggle bus worse than I was all week. He was getting ready to pack up and leave at one point, and so was I. And he finished, he stuck with it, found a spot, and banged out 82 inches on day 2 of the tournament. So, you know, it was me. I did a bad job because of me and my mindset, and I don't, you know, the river wasn't great. No, a lot of people were struggling. A lot of big name people were struggling, but a lot of people weren't. If you figured it out, you figured it out, and you found the fish. So yeah, that's a big improve mindset. And it took a lot of money and time going to this tournament and stuff to figure that out. I can't go with any kind of a bad mindset, because that travels right from your brain to your hand, down your rod, your line, to your bait, to the fish. I believe that, because if I'm having a bad day mentally, fly fishing, I don't catch anything. If you're not there, if you're somewhere else, you know, or you catch very few. It goes, I'm telling you, it goes from your brain to the fish via your entire tackle setup. So, improves definitely mindset when going fishing. And you know, I know this stuff. as soon as the first shot is fired, the best plan goes out the window, right? I had it all. I knew what I was gonna do. I had my plan, I had my baits, I did all my research, and as soon as I started hearing the river was bad, I was like, screw it, poor me. This is gonna suck. I didn't adapt, improvise, overcome. There you go. I didn't do any of that. I didn't reassess, back up, take a tactical pause, and re-engage with a new plan. I just, this sucks. And that's what I went with. This sucks. And clearly, that doesn't work when you finish in 60th place of 114. So, what I do good, as always, I fished the old pit boss good on Jean Lake. I was actually even catching bass, smallies with the pit boss on the river in my pre-fishing practicing videos that you guys saw. So whatever. What I do good, my ultimate confident. I think I even caught one on the underspin too, the old flashy swimmer. So yeah, I don't know what I did good. I can't. It's hard to pull anything good. You know, I had a good time camping with them. I've made friends. I've been at these events, and I made, Don and Rob are good friends now, and I'm camped with them. I just met them in Ohio at my first Kayak Adventure Series event when my daughter Haley and I went down there. That's when I met them, and then I hung with them in Minnesota, and now I camped with them here. So there, made good friends, had a good time, grilled some good meats on the grill while I was there. This is what it is. So looking forward, Kayak Adventure Series wise, there's one more event left on the season. It is in Franklin, Pennsylvania on the Allegheny, but with that, there's like 10 lakes that are eligible to fish. So I'm sure the winner is probably going to come off a lake, probably not the river. Somebody will get into some good 20 plus inch bass on a lake somewhere there. It's a big area of lakes that are eligible. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to try and get my camper build done before. It's the second weekend of September. I don't remember the dates. So between now and then, I want to get my camper build done, and that might determine whether or not I go, if I have it done. And then locally, my Topwater series, my next event is on Fletcher's Pond, which we already fished this year in the tournament. The Michigan Kayak Trail, stop number 4 on Fletcher's Pond, where I put up 80 inches, I think it was, or a little over, 84 inches maybe, and finished in 40th. That's a fishy pond. Those guys were hammering them out there. So I have a Topwater event, and it'll be the next thing on the next video you see on the channel. I got to go fish that. I'm not going to pre-fish it. I've already been out there fishing. So, and with that one, after that event, I only have one Topwater event left on the season for my division of Topwater series. And right now, I'm currently in 3rd place Angler of the Year. I'm like 60 or 80 points behind the leader, and I think like 30 points behind 2nd place. So I need to win one of the last 2 and place in 2nd in one of them, or win both of them in order to win Angler of the Year. So I have to do good in that tournament. 2nd or better, or it's over for me. Most likely. I don't think, that'll be it. No chance. 2nd or better. So that's what's coming up next on the channel. Stick around for that. I expect it to be good. That like I said, that is Fletcher's Pond. It's a lake. Fletcher's Pond is a fishy body of water. And I don't know. After that first tournament there this year, I got a good feeling about it. I'm gonna really probably work the old pit boss. It works. Works for me. So that's the plan. So Mo Fishies, that's just a quick tournament truck talk. Hopefully it was quick. I've been rambling on forever. I don't know. I tend to do that. I apologize. What we did well, which wasn't much. But we did pretty poorly, which was a lot. And need to improve. And then a look ahead at what's coming up. So as always, you know I appreciate you Mo Fishies watching my videos. The hours, the minutes, the seconds. And I'm going to keep saying it, the life of this channel, because I don't want to forget, without you guys, there's no channel. And I am so grateful for you guys for watching my videos. I really am. Like, you're the reason I do this. And you're my motivation. And I am thankful for each and every one of you. So, until next time, catch you Mo Fishies later.